Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I am in my favorite place once again. And I said I was gonna go live, but it's like, no, I don't think I'll go live. It's okay. As long as I get the message out. It doesn't matter if it's live or not live. You can go back and look at the video. It's the same thing. So today's topic is actually, I've been, like I say, journeying down my spiritual journey. And God wants me to use my gifts. I'm a spiritual healer, so I help people work out emotional blocks and anything else that may be holding you back. Okay, so I'm gonna get better at this. I'm not that good at it, but I'll get better because I'll get more comfortable in my own shell. I just wanted to say that you just put one foot in front of the other. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to go slow. You just have to go. And that's been a lot of my deal is, like I said, I have so much information in this brain of mine, but your soul tends to talk you out of doing a lot of the things that you're meant to 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 do in life. And that is a struggle. And that's not just my struggle. That's probably most people's struggle. But some people learn to do it afraid. And I hear so many people that are really successful, Les Brown and some of the other motivational speakers that are really successful people. And they say they still get nervous when they go out on stage. So it's not uncommon to be nervous. It's not uncommon to not not want to go through with it. But when you're done with it, you're like, oh my God, I didn't do that bad. I actually did good. And you just keep motivating yourself and pushing yourself to do better. You don't have to be worried about so much as I didn't do it right, or like for me, it's just gonna be a really good day today because I'm not touching my face. I'm still moving my glasses because for some reason they're smashing my nose. So, but I'm not touching my face. I get real nervous and I start touching my face and touching my hair and all that good stuff. I just want to let y'all know a little bit about myself. And we're going to do that a little at a time because there's so much to learn. And keeping your thoughts straight is really hard when you're in front of the camera. Even though I'm videotaping myself, I need to buy one of those little stands so I can set this thing down. So that's going to be my next project is to buy a stand to set my phone on. So one day I'll have a little studio where I can sit and talk and say hello to everybody and go live. But it's really hard to go live and be holding onto my phone, and it's kind of not my thing anyway to go live. But I definitely know I have to do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to. I keep saying I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow comes and I won't do it, but it's gonna happen. It's definitely going to happen. So let me just get comfortable being behind this camera, and then the magic will happen. Okay? But I'm going to start talking about some of my posts that I post because I post a lot of posts. And some have really long messages. And I know some people have like about 2 minute or 1 minute focus, so you're probably not going to read the whole thing. But if you actually read through those things, there's a lot of good messages in there and a lot of hidden things in there too. So you don't really, you read it, you don't think nothing happened, but you actually learn something because I put a lot of work into what I say and what I do, and it actually helps people. So that's how I help people. I tell stories, and it always You don't know the stories about yourself or anybody else, because anybody can use it. Is you can plug it into anybody's situation, and they can use it. But if you tell me something and I feel like I need to help you with it or work on it, I would definitely put it in the story and give it to you. And a lot of times the stories are real stories that are my stories, or sometimes it's maybe something I read or something I heard. But it's still healing, because it's information that you can take and you can use, and you can go and give to somebody else. And that's definitely how it works sometimes, because not everybody's going to ask for help. Not everybody's going to accept the fact that something's going on. So sometimes you have to offer it up without offering it up. Like I say, it just depends on the person, because we're all different. We all have different personalities. Some people you can go straight to them and tell them anything, and some people, I apologize. I'm at my favorite part, so you will be hearing cars go by. So hopefully I'm louder than that. But like I said, some people you can tell anything to and they don't get their feelings hurt, and others are a little more sensitive. So you really have to know the person, and if they reach out, maybe you can help. Most people always say that they won't help nobody unless they ask. Well, I'm a different kind of girl, because I like to say, maybe you, oh, there I go touching myself. Maybe you don't know you need help, so that's my job to go in and help you without making you feel bad or making you feel like, it's wrong to have a problem, something's wrong with you. No, as long as we live and we are people and we're human, we're going to have problems. And I wouldn't say problems, it's going to be situations. So we have to develop strategies. And I like to call it mind shift. That's just my thing, mind shifts, because things come at you all day long, and you have to be Superman and Wonder Woman to not say dodge it, but sometimes you have to have the right tools to navigate. And if not, then sometimes you do have to dodge, because sometimes you got to know when to dodge. Not all information is good information. Not all information is useful information. Not all information is helpful information. So, if you're walking around dumping off criticisms on people, and if somebody says anything to you and you get upset, then that's not useful information. So the information should be constructive. It should build and not tear. So we build and not tear. Definitely, we need to learn that, especially in the African American communities. We have to learn how to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. We have enough outside influences in that region, so we don't really need to be doing it for ourselves. We need to be making sure that we're doing our part to help society, to help the community, to help the world in general, to help heal. Because most people, sorry, my phone is charges my phone. Most people, it's like, it's not my problem. Yes, it's all our problems, because we didn't get here overnight where we don't care about the next person. It's all about me, myself, and I. That sounds good, and it sounds like self love and all that good stuff, but it's just so much information from so many opinions and so many prerogatives nowadays. It's just hard to get good, solid information and good, genuine people that have emotions and the well being. I mean, the how you say that? You want the wellness and the well being of others around, not just you, but other people around you. You just want to get in and do your part. And like I said, don't give everything until you don't have anything. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of giving of myself so much that, sometimes there's nothing left. So I learned how in recent, years, recent months, to sow into myself, pour into myself a lot more than I pour into anybody else, but still pour into people. And that is from a healthy perspective because you know, selfless is one thing, but you don't want to just give everything and not be getting anything, because giving and receiving is a two-way street. I was always on the giver. I know how to give, but I didn't expect to receive anything from that. And that's crazy. You should expect to receive, you know, as much as you give. It's called give and receiving for a reason. It's called balance. And I surely didn't know how to balance that. You know, that not to say that givers are better than receivers. It's a, it's a thin line, because it's not good to give too much. It's not good to take too much, because there's people out there that are definitely receivers. And I'm gonna say receivers because I think takers, that has a, you know, negative connotation, and we don't want, like I said, tear anybody down. We want to build, build, build up. Anything can be, you know, or anybody can be taught the right way as opposed to the wrong way. We're not, you know, animals where we can't be trained, and even they can be trained. So I definitely know that people can be trained if they have the right information. Sometimes it's just not the fact that they're bad people or we're bad people. It's just you don't have the right information. If you don't have the right information and you're taught something, that's all you know. And that is about religion as well. I ain't gonna go there today, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. What you're taught is hard to change and think outside of that box, because if you were taught a long time ago where you're really young, it's hard to crack that nut. It's really hard to crack that nut. And some things that we were taught, we have to let go. We really have to let go, because it was, I don't know, maybe passed down to the other generation, but some of that stuff is so not right and so not true. So we have to make some of our own, blaze our own trails and be pioneers to change. Change is good. Change is not bad. And change is hard. It's not going to be easy. Anytime you change anything, it's not going to be easy, because one, you don't want to do it, and two, you figure why should I do it? If it's going to make you a better person and it's going to make everybody better, why not? It only takes a few to start, and then somebody else starts, and then, you know, it just kind of rubs out. That's how trends happen. That's how the world runs. It takes somebody to get out there and start. It takes that one person. One person can make a change. They can change because it's just a catalyst. It's like, wow, she did it. Why can't I do it? All I gotta do is get out there, get in front. Who cares who's looking at you? They're looking at you anyway. So they might as well be looking at you for the right reasons. And it's so crazy nowadays, because most people won't own who they are. They'll look at your post and they'll read your post and they'll like your post, but you know, they're not gonna put it out there that they liked it. And it's crazy. So sometimes I go and I see posts. I don't know how long they've been out there, up there. But if I like something, I'll like it. And it's crazy. Like once I like it, 15 million people like it. And it may be just in my head, but no, I know it's true. I've seen posts that I watch for a little while and nobody posts anything on it. And sometimes I'm like, hey, I don't even, let me see. And I just like it, and I may write comments a little something, and then I can come back the whole flood of comments. Gosh, you don't have to be waiting on nobody else. If you like something, like it. If you want something, get it. If you don't. I mean, just know who you are and be comfortable in your skin. Be comfortable. And don't listen to everybody and follow the leader. Because, like I said, I touched on religion, but let me touch on the race thing. Because it's the same thing. You can't be one-sided and not look at the big picture. Like I said, if you're taught something when you're young, it's hard to break that. You're going to teach it to your kids and Who knows if it's right or wrong? Well, we know race is wrong, but if you're taught that, you don't know that. It's not like somebody can come up to you and just tell you it's wrong and you're going to change your ways. You were taught that. And everybody around you probably are doing the same thing. So that's what you know. You only know what you know. So you can't be blaming the people that got taught that. You can only hope that and teach them a little better that they can teach their next generation not to do what they've been doing. And that's the only way. Sometimes it's just being interactive with the other race. So you can't fight fire with fire. We know that doesn't work. That only makes it worse, and you're definitely not gonna like a person that's punching you upside your head, or trying to shoot you, or it's just crazy how we expect to make changes without changing ourselves. Now, let me elaborate on that, because I know that sounds kind of, well, we know that. I know you know that. But it's different when like I say, you know you've been through injustices, you've been through pain. The only way to deal through the pain is to heal through the pain. So it needs to be some healing going on, and that's easier said than done. That is easier said than done. But the more people get out here and start talking about what's going on without pointing fingers and jumping on everybody, then people can see deep down inside, all right, they just like us. They have feelings, they have opinions, and vice versa. I mean, either way it goes, whether that be transgender people, whether that be black people, whether that be white people, whether there are I'm gonna say it, fat people, because I'm on the thicker end. And I'm okay with my skin. I like to lose some weight and all that good stuff. And I don't really care if you look at me crazy, because I look good, and I look really good for a big girl. Trust me. And believe me, it's not a problem. But it's always something to not appreciate the other person for. So we need to get in the habit of letting people live their lives. Worry about what you are doing. Don't try to give them information like what you should be doing. You shouldn't be eating this, you shouldn't be eating that, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, a person knows what they need to change. And a lot of times it's in your head. You change your mind, you change your life. That's that simple. It's something that is going on inside your brain that you have not decided to tackle. You've decided to let it go, and it's all right, and I let it go, and I'm not, and you didn't deal with it. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you, because it's still there. It's still lingering. It's still there. You're still thinking about it, whether it's conscious or subconscious or in your sleep. It will haunt you in your sleep. You wonder why you can't get no sleep at night. You have things you have not resolved. It's called unresolved issues or repressed emotions. That will not help. You have to deal with it. And dealing is hard. It's hard. It's hard because you have to sometimes front some people, face some people. And in my sense, sometimes you have to, I don't curse, but sometimes you have to curse some people out. I say, dear Lord, forgive me. God knows I'm human, and He does not condone that. And I'm not saying He does, but every now and then you might have to say a word or two. If you're gonna have to back some people up, you're gonna have to back them up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I'm not a